registered nurse.
Okay.
And I worked at a nursing home that had a very bad COVID outbreak in the beginning of the pandemic.
Right.
So it all started near the end of April with one resident who.
Like a year ago.
Yeah, a year ago. It was April 2020.
Of course. Okay.
So what happened is that there was a resident who ended up having COVID, and three days later, it went from one resident to 60 residents and 94 staff.
94 staff.
94 staff. Yes, we were at a staffing crisis. I was one of the few RNs who did not have COVID. So I found myself working 16-hour shifts to 24-hour shifts.
Damn.
Because we were at a very bad staffing crisis.
Yeah, and you're the one guy who doesn't have it, right?
So I was one of very few that did not have it.
Right.
There was myself and two others. So we were all shared. So we were basically all stuck working 16-hour shifts.
Like, what if you said no? Like, this is like not what I'm about. See you later. Like, what happens then? It's not part of your job description, right? I'm assuming
it isn't part of the job description, but the thing is that as a nurse, you are there to help others. You will do whatever it takes to help someone else.
But there's got to be limits to that, right? If I told you to work for a week straight with no sleep, you'd be like, okay, that's obviously bullshit.
There would be a limit because there are liability issues. There is something to do with liability.
Right. So, like, I would think a 24-hour shift, whatever liability issues there may be, they would be breached with that, no?
Yeah, there was some stuff that there was some stuff that happened that was not legal there, like having us work 24 hours.
That's pretty insane. Like, I can't even make a sandwich after I'm up for 24 hours, man. Never mind take care of old people. But,
oh my god. There were days where I'm actually surprised I was able to actually function
right
with what I was doing. But yes, from one person over 100 people, from one person 3 days later over 100 people who were working there or who were residents got COVID. I remember this was around May 2020 to at least early June 2020. There were days where I was basically putting people in body bags at least 3 times a day.
3 times a day?
3 times a day, yes. Because the coroner would not go in because of regulations with COVID-19. We did not want any outsiders going into the building for their safety. Right?
I see. Well, there's already like a super massive outbreak. Right? What else could go wrong? If anything, you guys are a danger to the rest of the community, and not vice versa.
Yeah. But, I actually ended up staying in a hotel for a while because I did not want to come near anyone in my family.
Right.
Because I was afraid that one of them would end up.
Yeah, I can see that. Did you at least make hella bank during this time? Like, I assume we're 24-hour shifts.
Oh, yeah. The overtime was insane. Don't get me wrong. I loved the pay.
Okay.
But it was a shitty situation. It was a shitty situation all around with why we were getting that overtime.
Right. Well, you're getting overtime because you have to bag dead people. So
basically, and trying to keep the ones who are healthy alive.
I guess a little bit of lifelong trauma isn't too much to ask for bonus pay, right?
Yeah. You know what? It was very bad. I remember there was one resident who passed away. They were actually in the bed for almost 2 days before the coroner actually was able to go around.
Damn. So, did you have like personal connections with any of these people that died, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, how did it feel like bagging someone who you were talking to the week before?
I honestly don't know what's.
Like, I'm assuming some of these people didn't look like they're gonna die soon, right?
Some of them, they were alive and healthy one day and they were dead the next.
Right. So how did that feel? Like,
it was shocking. what to say. Of course, I was heartbroken, but the thing is that what I was taught is that you need to move forward. You have to do what you have to do. I was like, I would always pay my respects. There was some residents where I felt so sad that I actually would start crying about those who actually passed away. I did start crying a few times. There was one resident who talked to her all the time. She had an accent like my grandmother, a very nice, very thick Scottish accent. Actually had the same name, and she reminded me of her so much. And talking to her felt like I was talking to my grandmother again, which was amazing. And when she passed away, brought all that grief back to when my grandmother passed away.
So here's another question. Like, after, like, you said you were doing this like every day. Did you, like, at some point, like, did it start numbing down? Like,
it numbed me down up to the point when I lost my grandfather.
No. I mean, like the first 10 bodies that you have to bag must have been, like, pretty traumatic.
It was very traumatic.
But then, like, at the body number 50, did it feel less, or, like, was it still, like, just as bad? Do you know what I mean? Or
yeah, and you know what? It did start to numb after a while, because I just got used to it.
Right, it's like another day on the job.
Yeah, but let's
go see who died today.
The first few, I will run those images through my head probably for the rest of.
So have you had nightmares recently, or no, about any of this?
I do have nightmares. I do have flashbacks.
Like, you'll just be sleeping and dreaming about the people that you were bagging, or what?
Yeah, I will admit I do have some PTSD.
Yeah? Man, it's gotta be rough. But hey, if you use your overtime to get PS5, maybe you can, I don't know, forget.
I don't think I'll ever forget.
Well, yeah, it's not like you're gonna forget. It's just like take your mind off of it, right?
I have a coping mechanism. I have my friends who I see on a regular basis. I've built very strong relationships with other coworkers who work there, who went through the same things that I went through.
Right.
One RPN, a registered practical nurse, she became my best friend, and she goes through the exact same. She went through the exact same stuff. She has PTSD as well, just like I do. Her and I are just there for each other. In such a short time, from us not knowing each other at all to being so close to the point where she's actually family, that's something. I think that's a friendship that can never be broken. It's a relationship that will last the rest of my life.
Hopefully. So
from all this darkness, from all this darkness and all this death, some good did come out of it. I feel for these families, because some of these families never got to say goodbye to their loved ones.
Right.
And I went through that same thing.
So did I, man.
Pardon?
So did I. My grandfather died as well of COVID. Never got to say goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Like, they just called us one day. Like, yep, he's gone.
Yeah.
So.
No. It's very hard with everything that's going on. The pandemic is still going on as well. We don't have any outbreaks now, thank God. And
yeah.
Everyone.
Well, it's gotten better, right? Most people are vaccinated, and seems like we're ready for a change.
Hopefully this will all end soon.
Hopefully.
And when I think this all ends, I think that's when it will hit all of us.
Yeah. That what we lived through. Yeah. It's weird times, man.
It is. And with with everyone who have lost loved ones. I hope that we all do find closure someday.
Hopefully.
We'll never get over losing the ones who we love.
Yeah.
Like my grandfather, your grandfather.
Yeah.
Someone's mother, someone's son.
Well, hey, man, time heals all wounds, man. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah. Yes, it will. But it's something that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but it's gonna die down over time. You're gonna think about it less and less, I think.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it'll happen. Don't worry. Like your brain is wired that way. If not, you'd like everybody would go crazy. Right? You wouldn't be able to survive if every traumatic event were to haunt you for the rest of your life every day.
Yes, you're very right about that.
All right.
Yes, all right.
Thanks for doing the channel, man.
No problem.
Take care.
Yes, you
Good
too.
night.